One of the things that I made a note on here too, and just in the last week, actually, this has come up for me is you mentioned like anger. Like when you see somebody else trying to express their opinion in a corporate setting, political, whatever, you can very easily go to the place of like, that person's just an angry mofo and I'm not going to listen to them because you can tell that this is just coming from an angry place. But at the core of it, though, is always love, right? Like they're so passionate about their perspective because of a love for something. And you use the reference of like kids, right? Like I'm a parent, I've got 3 and 5-year-old boys, and we're making our choices based on our own perspective and decisions and research and everything else. And it's all coming from a place of love. So there's some very polarizing perspectives where like I straight up don't agree with some people's perspective. But it's not necessarily because I'm angry, even though maybe it reflects that way sometimes, you know? And I'm actually just being very conscious of this right now to be aware of it more than anything.
To
And
go to
there was a
what
quote.
am I feeling? Ask yourself, what
Yeah.
am I
Yeah.
feeling? And to get in touch with your own core feelings on it. And that can help you parse it a bit and go forward. You were going to give a quote.
Yeah, no, to that point though, and it was a Deepak Chopra quote that I just came across my feed on Instagram, considering that same perspective of like what you, because like for anybody that doesn't know that's watching or listening to this, when you scroll through your feed and you slow down for a second and look at that quote, you see more stuff like that. Just so everybody knows, because I know a lot of everybody knows that, like it's that smart, right? So I see a lot of stuff that is of this perspective that we're talking about. And Deepak Chopra talked about, I don't know the exact quote, I don't have it in front of me, but said that, just because you disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you can't still love them. And that actually really landed for me recently too, just thinking about the differencing of opinions around the COVID situation, for example, with family. And not that it's really confrontational, but it's enough where I'll see something from a cousin that'll share something where I'm like, dude, like open your eyes, and that's the angry me just being like, come on, are you serious? And then I immediately think, geez, I don't know if I can talk to that cousin anymore. And then I'm like, wait a second, what am I feeling here? Right. To your point, it's like, what am I feeling here? Am I trying to be right? Because I'm not right any more than they're right. We're all right based on our own perspective. Right. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And we might believe we're more right than the other person, but really, 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 when we step back and say it, can you guarantee that you're absolutely right?
yeah, I
And
can't.
we
No,
can't.
no,
I mean,
no,
there's
nobody
very
can.
little
Yeah.
right now that we can 100% say with certainty that we are dead right. And so if we understand that and accept that, then we can step off of our soapbox a little bit. See, and it's funny for me even talking about this kind of stuff because I feel like I'm on a soapbox as I'm talking about it, and it's very awkward.
Yeah.
It's a very awkward place for me to be talking about, like almost self-consciously talking about it because it's trying to explain this philosophy that I have sort of put together over time and tried to share if people are interested. But I still respect the fact that they might not even agree with me. I have a friend who I wrote about in the book that said, on not to me, but to social media, civility is feckless and meaning teethless and doesn't work and all of that. And there's no point to it. And we've got to burn it all down and start all over again. Well, that's a view. That's not my view, but that's a view. And she has her reasons for it. And I'm not sure I agree with those reasons, but they're her reasons. So who am I? Right? They're her reasons. They're real to her and they mean something to her. And all I can do is live my truth in that sense. And I can't force her to think that we should live in a world of civility. But I can try to live the world that I believe in and uphold the values that I believe are helpful to society and not divisive or destructive. But that's where I am on it.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed that clip and you want to watch the full unedited episode, go ahead and click over here. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe. It really does mean a lot to me. Thanks so much.